Corki duo carry win condition as the game continues to go along. For OMG, you're definitely looking to pressure out a lot of the mid game. Wukong Talia is going to need to be proactive, and we put the onus on Juhan, but it's definitely the mid jungle duo for OMG that you got to keep. Be a problem for the Rel this early on into the game. There's not a ton of ways for Moham to be aggressive, and both junglers in the area. We talked about Dragon being a priority specifically for LNG here. Juhan gonna death push.
Moham goes for it. 1xN with a nice flash away, but as Kroko arrives, it is 2v3. Like to see Missing get out, and he's going to invest the flash to do so. Starry flashes after him and picks up the first blood. Starry, it took that lane personally. How tough things had been going for the bot lane up until then. Haichao's going to get a little bit of assistance from the very same Moham as he clears out a few waves. 1xN. He's just going to die. He's gone.
Yeah, he's just dead. Starry picks up the solo kill on the bot side. 1xN overextending.
Gee.
Yeah, I mean, this is what bot prio will generate you. That'll get you in a spot where you can start stacking those dragons early. Kroko will be pretty happy with this trade. Grubs are just incredibly strong right now, and Grubs on a Scion and an Azir and a Corki that can, you know, relatively easily side lane if need be in the later parts of the game is definitely going to feel good. We're seeing a lot of blue in terms of the small gaps down on the bottom side, but that 500 gold lead for Starry is creating.
But Harry doesn't pick up the kill either, using an ult of his own just to help shove under tower and keep Sheer all the lower. Could actually try and dive. That is going to go for it. Sheer likely dead here. Harry flashes after him. One more auto would have done it, but now is in a risky spot. Sheer's going to get out. Harry continues to chase this, tanking another turret shot, but Sheer could not escape forever, I suppose.
Take away any opportunity for OMG to try and contest it. That bot lane priority is coming in clutch as they start up the dragon.
Going for a small pick onto Missing. It would be big. Poppycopter ejects one, but it isn't Starry. Missing flashes away, still stays alive, while Kroko engages Juhan on the other side. A lot of priority around the dragon right now. Kroko is coming back to a 1.8k dragon. He's going to get that. Well, Bulldog picks up the kill on Juhan. LNG got everything they could ever want.
Scaling is huge, but it's Mountain Dragon in Mountain Soul in particular in this game, and that could be really big for both of these sides, so I imagine it's going to be a lot of pressure on that side of the map. Could just be an excuse for LNG to fight, but Bulldog!
Haichao gets shuffled, and he gets shut down. That is a CC chain from hell that takes him out, and LNG now run the top side.
Over a team like OMG that is just struggling to not make mistakes in the mid game.
Roaming down to the mid lane as well. Missing could go for another kill. Starry does extend the Chains of Corruption, but flashes just in time to be pushed back. Deals some nice damage back onto Kroko as the Magnet Storm gets used by Moham.
Cooldown used, and LNG still have full control over this river.
Pull back in. Kroko's playing inside these bushes.
Missing.
Wait for the engage. Moham goes in for a huge Magnet Storm, but Kroko accesses the back line, and he is all over Starry, who gets deleted by the Xin Zhao. Meanwhile, LNG's teamfight is going just fine. That Magnet Storm not causing them any problems at all. Kroko is low. Kroko gets flashed on by Harry, but trades his life in a 2-for-1, as Harry will get shut down as well, making it a 4-for-1 in the favor of LNG.
It looks good, Dia. It really does. At the start of that fight, they land the seismic shove onto Missing. The Magnet Storm comes down from Moham, and it feels like you found this big clump engage that you're looking for.
In the meantime, Kroko's value in that fight was absolutely wild, and had he been caught in the Magnet Storm with the rest of them, I think we're seeing a very different fight. The Moham-Juhan issue for OMG. It has got to be great focus out of these two players, as one unfortunately gets baited. Missing with a nice steadfast presence completely shuts down Juhan's engage, leaving Starry in now a 2v4 with everyone looking at him, and with Sheer running straight at him. Knockup is going to land. Bulldog is right over the wall. Starry flashes to dodge the shuffle, but isn't able to do much to answer it back. It is a flashless Varus who gets nothing for it. Moham and Haichao can't do much on their own either. Harry could bring a lot of damage to the table, but Missing is playing defense for the moment. Starry's looking for him once again as the Baron goes lower and lower. And Croco ends up picking it up. No contest in the pit or anywhere. Now it's the fight for afterwards. Moham engages. Triple man Magnet Storm, but that is a triple man Magnet Storm into a whole lot of nothing. Harry goes in, gets shut down, and the engage from OMG is an attempt to salvage something that they never had a right to.
To be the goal for them. Would be surprising if there is any resistance. OMG at least posturing, but that double push is coming, and it's coming fast with the Baron buff.
Chains of Corruption are up for Starry, and I'd almost like to see him start a fight. Does end up whiffing them onto Croco, however, as Croco goes in and punishes Starry for even thinking of trying to take him down. It is a 1-for-1, but that was a 1v5, and Croco showed no signs of balking.
Truly one of the most disrespectful engages that I've seen all split long from Croco. Not much time left on it, only about 30 seconds, but should be enough.
There goes the engage. Nice answer from Bulldog to just push everyone on OMG back. And now with the range from Azir, we have the disjointed engage out of Moham, but Harry goes for it, actually locking some people down under the tower. Missing is going to fall as Harry gets popped into the res. Haichao wants to follow up on Sheer. Flashes for 1XN, who's now getting teleported on by Starry. No Chains of Corruption for this Varus. Can he take down 1XN? He cannot! 1XN blows him up, and LNG are right back in the driver's seat, even as they lose Sheer.
It's well done from OMG to at least trade something back, but they will lose Soul Point for this on the Mountain Dragon, and they will not be able to collect nearly the gold that they are looking for. But little do they know at this point that Starry cannot handle the power of the Corki, and we're right back.
Croco naturally picking another fight, this time on Juhan, who is not long for this world. LNG run the jungle. They run the game at this point. 8,000 gold in the lead. And a likely close coming their way. Baron's up in 2 minutes should they need it, and I have to imagine they'll make full use of the amenities.
This map is theirs. They own the resort at this point, as this thing does get flicked in.
That's the support, who has just gone to half health and is likely still to live. Stymies the engage out of Harry as well, who has to ult simply to survive. And LNG are going to pick up the tower in top lane as a result.
Yeah, this is LNG just kind of controlling everything. Missing is way too tanky to find an engage on at this point. Croco, who's having a phenomenal game, are able to make it work, and Harry, unfortunately, might be the victim here as he's overextended.
Hold out. It's a matter of buying time. What are they doing with this time? On the other side of the map, OMG are trying to collapse on Missing. Looks like a trade of support for top laner, as once again, Harry's death is going to happen.
Yeah, a little inevitable at this point, as Harry is a little behind enemy lines. It will get donated over to Croco, but honestly, not a bad play as they chase down 1XN here.
If you can make this a 2-for-1, it's actually big. Haichao does almost die, but that's... am I crazy? I think that's worth. Starry's at half HP, so is the Dragon, and that Dragon is going to go to LNG, barring Smite Steal from Juhan. That could happen. Nope, Croco denies that immediately, and that gets followed up on by Missing. Poppycopter right out of there. Moham flashes away. OMG don't actually lose a member to their credit, but they do lose the Dragon.
Juhan's a little bit slow.
And he's on Vision. Doesn't actually get stalled by Sheer for too long. But OMG need to play defense for Starry, who Croco is trying to jump on right now. Frontline is huge for LNG, and they are backing up a massive Corki behind them. 1XN is laying out the damage. Starry has no access to the fight. Bulldog, Shurima shuffles Starry right back into the river. It is a double kill for 1XN and a double kill for Croco. And of course, a team fight win for LNG, even as Haichao picks up a kill.
It is a team fight win for LNG, and it is very likely at least the game being broken open, if not ended, right at this moment. It even looks okay for OMG, but the Mountain Soul really coming in clutch to keep both Bulldog and Croco alive at the end of that fight, with both of them getting rather low. Haichao will do his best to delay the inevitable, but I don't think he can save their base.
Yeah, not a whole lot of combos landing here, and Croco is basically full health. Moham is right back here. But as Croco goes in, they can basically just ignore everyone and hit the Nexus, finding LNG the first of their victories in this series. I don't think is a bad use of counterpick here, but now that we look at OMG as a whole composition and not just as this is one counterpick into this thing.
Dragon has spawned. I'm not quite sure we're going to be getting there too early for these junglers, but we can definitely see Croco already in the area.
Yeah, neither of these compositions really seem like the let's set up early and take dragon, but this can't hurt. Remember, Moham has no flash, so a set up early and take support seems a lot more doable. First blood is going to go to Krako as LNG execute on what was a clear overextension out of Moham. Well, preparing for the grubs that are spawning in just about 2 minutes and clearing out his camps, doesn't want to get punished. 1xN does get engaged on by Starry, who immediately flashes out, but will still get locked down by Missing. Does look like Starry's falling, and an ethereal shift forward will end up claiming him. Moham low once again, still flashless, heal-less, and ADC-less. Next few minutes. Juhan is showing up, a late contest, technically possible, if not advisable.
Oh, he's looking for the engage. He wants to fight this.
He's got smite. He might just try and, you know, send it. But he don't send it.
Israel getting closer and closer to that first item. Should be quite bad, but OMG looking to capitalize on the stragglers.
No, Missing's got first roam here. Moham's showing up as well, but Juhan has to flash away from Krako, who's already thrown down the subjugate. Immediately locked up as well. Juhan has absolutely no way out, while Krako goes to just below half HP. It is Moham, who just got his flashback and doesn't get to use it. Grabbing a double kill for Bulldog and maybe making it a little bit more. 1xN solo kills Starry under the tower, and LNG here as well. Void Grub's the next on the table. You called this out earlier, K-Man. They were likely to get both objectives, and with the way the game is going, OMG will be lucky to get an objective.
Certainly would be something that they need to claw their way back on. This game is far from over, though. There are plenty of ways for them to get back. Juhan still has that ultimate available, something that we need to watch out for on the Pantheon.
Has been so huge for locking down individuals for LNG to pick off. Starry actually goes for the ult. Juhan is going to ult down into the bot side as well. Missing low and Missing gone. First Grand Starfall works out well, but you don't want to overstay, and Krako's shown up. Whip out an ult and start a fight with the rest of the squad, which is a very good sign for the rest of OMG. Krako engaging onto Harry. He's going to flash out of the cage. Might actually just take him down. Subjugate's already fallen. Sheer is here as well, and Harry, that classic overextension we were talking about, ends up striking once again. It's going to be too bad, but there's some serious bad news happening on the bot side. So everything's relative, I suppose, with the first tower falling, and as Dragon spawns as well.
Starting Drake, but this could be so dangerous.
This is so bad by OMG. This is an extremely dangerous spot, but Krako does take a little bit of damage, and I really mean a little bit. Sheer's almost Mega, though, and he shows up to the fight just in time. It's going to half-health Starry before he goes Mega, completely shoving him out of the fight. Actually goes over the wall to follow up on Starry, locking the AD carry from OMG into the wall and taking him down. LNG. And that first tower in the mid lane is going to fall as a result. LNG get the team fight win, they get the dragon, they get the mid lane tower.
Huge right now in the game on the Gnar, and they just underestimate how quickly he can burst down Starry. Juhan is doing nothing on the Pantheon, picture in picture, as we see here jump back to the game.
Good League of Legends out of LNG right now. It is just like we saw in game number 1. As soon as they have a lead, Missing, this time not on the Poppy, does have a little bit of backup, but is walking into the jungle.
Yeah, we saw in that picture-in-picture Starry, you know, biting the dust a little bit. It wasn't even something that we were so surprised by. that 0-4 Yunara is just so far behind. At this point, 2.6 thousand gold down at 16 minutes into the game is tough. He's gonna play mate on Harry. This could be another death here for OMG.
Yeah, the overextensions that we talked about earlier continue to plague Harry, and it's only going to get more difficult as the team falls further and further behind. Juhan alone in the jungle as well is going to get teamed on by 3 people, as ultimately it is 1xN that collects the kill. LNG push to tower, and they can do so in 2 lanes.
They drop the Herald mid. This will be tier 2 going down in the mid lane. They're going to want to push for even more. You talked about it. Wave getting pushed in on the bot side. They could very easily transition some of this tempo there, but not being able to lock down any priority target. But once again, it's the bot lane under threat.
Starry, flashless by the way, has to walk this one out, and actually will get to by expending the ult. Will he survive? Moham takes a lot of damage. Moham is going to go down simultaneously. That is a double kill picked up by 1xN and Krako. There it is, the actual double for 1xN, as Krako won't even fall. We egg him! Triple kill for 1xN.
It's just disrespectful at this point, Dia. They're winning everywhere on the map. Missing's like, yeah, you know, we don't really care that the Lulu's in the way. We'll just kill you both with the Karma Ezreal damage coming through. Krako has no fear on the Trundle. It's just a disaster right now. Bulldog is split pushing down on the bottom side. They're going to get this bot tier 2. Baron has not even spawned. Dragon is up in 15 seconds. It will be soul point, but do LNG even need it at this point? Surviving is really just icing on the cake for a play that was so dominant. They found 1xN though.
Man, 1xN actually getting jumped on. Might die here. Harry's going for it. The flash out of 1xN saves his life, leaving Harry in no man's land. The rest of OMG has shown up. We've already expended the wild growth on Juhan. Starry goes forward, actually collecting the kill and the shutdown. That is big for Starry, and while Harry manages to stay alive, it is 1-0 in the favor of OMG, but Krako's on the way, and Krako takes this personal. Juhan goes on the engage, but now Krako's in your backline. Bulldog comes over the wall, and LNG wipe OMG off the face of the planet.
What did it cost to take down 1xN? It cost everything here for OMG as they get completely wiped. The only surviving member is Moham on the Lulu. That is Baron going over to the side of LNG, and it's even more gold going into the pocket of Bulldog. 1xN overextending and getting punished, but it just doesn't matter. The wallet dip is too much. It is going to be a 13,000 gold lead for LNG. And
Sheer is about to go mega. OMG keep their carry alive, but aren't going to get too much more than that as a consolation prize. Starry gonna head back and heal up as the last fight, if there is even going to be one, is incoming. Krako wants to pick off Haichao. Actually, credit to him, manages to deal a decent amount of damage on the Anivia, but it is not nearly enough into the shielding from missing. The wallet diff, as you mentioned, is really being felt in the little to no impact that Haichao is able to have on the team fight right now. Gets chunked to half health.
Yeah, this is a tough situation for OMG. They're getting based down. Do they have the fortitude to survive?
1xN goes for it. Oh my god, he assassinates Starry! 1xN, a very, very worthwhile fight as Bulldog comes in to help peel for him. 1xN picks up a double kill as OMG are relegated to their fountain, and even so, LNG try to take them out. A big win for LNG in 2-0 fashion against OMG.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.